It goes back to when I was 11 years old. I was a sax player. I was playing sax in the school band. I was really into jazz, and my dad heard that Buddy's band were in town in Manchester. So he knew that Steve Marcus was a killing sax player that played for Buddy, and he said, "Come and check this guy out." And I left that theatre wanting to play the drums, and I gave up the saxophone, and that's all. For the first 5 years of playing, that's all I did. I didn't have lessons. I was self-taught, and I just listened to Buddy albums. And that's all I was listening to and playing, trying to emulate that. I mean, I didn't know that he was the greatest, and nobody could come close to having that technique. I was just trying to push myself, play those fast singles and everything. So it was good grounding, I guess. Yeah. You know, but I realised pretty quickly that no one's going to come up to that level. I got to know a guy that used to tech for Buddy for quite a few years over here, and he gave me some really. He sadly passed away a few years ago, but he gave me some unbelievable old videos of stuff that he'd recorded over the years and little handheld camera things. So the collection is great that you can get hold of now. But every clip I see, you think you've seen everything the guy could do, then he pulls something else out of the bag, and it's just like, what is that? You know. And all the artists that are here today, all the drummers have got something to bring to the table, but not one of them can say that there isn't something in their playing that was influenced by Buddy. You know, he invented so many of the techniques that are commonplace now in teaching and performing. I mean, Dave Weckl, for example, I didn't know who I didn't have a teacher saying, check out Steve Gadd, check out Dave Weckl. But it was through getting the early Buddy Rich memorial concerts on video when they were on VHS that I discovered Vinnie, Weckl, Gadd, Bissonette, Chambers, all those guys. And that sort of then started my proceedings into checking those guys out and diversifying away from Buddy. But I've always got it on in the car. You know, I always go back to Buddy. You know, just the passion and commitment that he gave to the instrument is just, it's untouchable. It really is. I never believed it'd get this far. You know, I remember pretty much a year to the day lying in bed thinking, it's 25 years next year. Maybe we should do something. How am I going to do this? And I'm quite lucky to have known Dave Weckl for quite some time. So he was in town with Mike Stern. I said, look, if I can get this together, would you be up for it? And he said, well, let's speak about it. He said, I can't commit a year in advance, but see what you can do. I'm interested. So then I spoke to my friend Toby, the promoter, Toby Cruz. And he was like, yeah, I like that idea. We'll make that happen. He's kind of one of those guys that just you can go to with a harebrained idea and go, yeah, let's make that happen. So then I trawled the internet trying to find Kathy, got in touch with her, and eventually, after a lot of persuasion from me that I wasn't just some idiot that had a brainstorm, she knew that I was serious, she knew that Toby was serious, and she came to the table, and she's been amazing. And everyone, as soon as we had Kathy and Dave on board, people started coming to the table, and it still blows me away. It's not sunk in yet, really, that this has happened. You know, it's amazing. It's a great feeling. Yeah. I'm opening with You Gotta Try, which... the first time I ever heard that one was Vinnie playing it at the memorial concert back in 1989, I think it was. And then I'm playing one of my own charts, actually, that I composed, which I had arranged for the big band, which is called Trying Too Hard, which will be on my next album, which is coming out soon. And then I'm finishing backing Tony Christie, who's a singer that I work for currently and tour with. And he's coming on and singing the Sammy Davis version of Come Back to Me that was recorded on the Sounds of 66 album with Buddy Rich. And that's a real fast up-tempo thing. It's hopefully by then my limbs will have warmed up and I'll be able to cope with the 300 miles an hour that Buddy played that at. I've performed You Gotta Try before with a couple of bands and Come Back to Me. The chart that I wrote, the first time I played that was yesterday at the rehearsal. I've played it obviously with my 5-piece band that go out, but not with a big band. But that sounded great. But yeah, probably for the last 2 weeks, at least once or twice a day, I've been banging through the charts, just trying to make sure that the tempos are sitting and the time feels good, and try and play along with Buddy, and it's impossible. So I usually just have him in the background there watching over me and do my own thing, you know, because you can't emulate that. You know, you've kind of got to put your own stamp on it, and like you were saying before, that's what's great about today. Everyone's got their own voice, everyone's paying respect to Buddy, but no one's trying to be Buddy, and that's really important. And that's what Kathy loves, moving the music forward, the art form forward. Yeah, that's why she was really pleased when I said I was bringing one of my own charts. You know, she's really into that, and she said she wants to take the chart home and use it with the band. So that's, wow, what an honour.